Hi, I'm Fernando.
And I'm Katie with Neon Tommy. The Neon Beam takes you through the top stories of the week, so if you snoozed on the news, here's the Neon Beam to catch you up.
On Monday, the father of the Sandy Hook shooter spoke out for the very first time. In an interview with The New Yorker, Peter Lanza talked about how he is ashamed of his son and even regrets fathering him. He hopes that other parents do not have to face what he faced and said, quote, "I want people to be afraid of the fact that this could happen to them," end quote.
On Tuesday, Swedish radio correspondent Niels Horner was killed in Kabul on Tuesday while conducting interviews at a restaurant. Horner was talking to a translator in the Afghan capital when the gunman shot Horner in the head. Horner had arrived days earlier to investigate an attack on another Lebanese restaurant down the street. In January, more than 20 people died in the same area when a car bombed off. Horner was 51 years old.
And on Wednesday, a methane explosion demolished 2 buildings in East Harlem, New York. 8 people are dead, at least 54 are injured, and 3 people are still unaccounted for. The buildings collapsed early Thursday morning after a number of residents reported the smell of gas. Residents had been noticing the smell for months, and the investigation is still ongoing.
Even though we've been experiencing one of our longer droughts, California still came out on top for farming produce. According to a report by the California Department of Food and Agriculture, the Golden State is still producing nearly half of all fruits, nuts, and vegetables grown in the U.S. California is still dominating the market in 66 food crops, including almonds and kiwi fruit. In 2012, the state's farms brought in $45 billion.
And finally, on Friday, we got the most definitive fact we have to date regarding the missing Malaysia Airlines flight. Officials assure the plane was still sending satellite signals 5 hours after losing contact. And this leads officials to believe that the plane was in the skies for 5 hours after the radar turned off. 239 people were on board the plane.
Now it's time, did you guess it? Here's our top story of the week. The Center for Auto Safety says federal data shows that 303 deaths were linked to the General Motors recall because of faulty airbags. GM has been accused of a defect in the ignition switch that has killed at least 12 people over the last decade.
That's it for this week. Don't forget to check out the featured story of the week right here and follow us on Twitter at Neon Tommy.
And as always, make sure to read more on neontommy.com. We'll see you next week.